Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Drop a like in chat if you can hear me. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I'm very well aware. Hello. Yeah. About to have some good lore. Yeah, we're doing a lore drop stream today. Like in chat. Yeah. Like in chat. I like in chat. We got one like. We got one like. One like and I will order pizza for dinner. Joke's on you. I'm already ordering pizza for dinner. I'm doing great. I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. Thank you all for hopping in and checking out. Hello. Okay, so this stream is gonna be a little Yuki? Is that Yuki? It is me. We're doing a chill stream today. So that's why I'm using the Danny model instead of the Yuki model. I got gold for Game Boy physical cartridge. How did you get that? Those are so expensive. Lucky find, lucky find. Does it actually like run and everything? That's sick. That's poggers, my mans. Yeah, we're doing a lore stream today. I'm talking about the lore of my OCs. And I hope that everything is ready to go. So I just hopped out of the shower. And I got home from work, you know, because I work at a law office now. I got home from work and I immediately jumped in the shower. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not gonna eat before I go live. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll just eat late after I'm done. And as I was like getting ready and filling up my water bottle so that I could like have a drink while I was streaming, my roommate is like, oh, hey, we're ordering pizza. You want in? And I'm like, yes, I want in. So at some point there will be pizza and we'll probably do a nasty mukbang, but I hope everyone's okay with that. I'm almost certain you guys will all be fine with that, so. Imagine not bringing your shower Buffy anime girl figures. God, I wish I had dumb shit in my shower. My shower is very boring. Like, you know how some people have, like, dumb, silly things in their shower, like, you know, like stickers or, like, some kind of decor in the shower? It's like, why would you have decor in your shower? It's just gonna get wet. But, yeah, I don't have anything like that. I made a Shirley Temple. Those actually go very hard. Like, Cherry Sprite, it goes genuinely very hard. Cherry and most things goes very hard. However, I will say, just like regular cherry soda doesn't go as hard as you'd think. It tastes kind of like cherry cough syrup. I got some like cherry limeade soda because I really like weird sodas, right? And I got some to take in my lunches for work. And I was like, okay, I love like cherry in things. This is going to be really good. And the cherry flavor is better as a secondary flavor, not as the main flavor. It makes me kind of sad. I love Shirley Temples. I don't drink, so it's like the one thing I can order from an open bar. Oh, you poor thing. You know, they make non-alcoholic versions of a lot of classic cocktails. You just gotta ask for, like, virgin versions. 'Cause, you know, you're a virgin, Gleam. People decorate their showers? Yes, I've seen it on, like, Instagram and stuff and, like, TikTok. People will, like, put cute shit in their showers. And I'm like, why? You know? Yeah. Hold on, let me check and see if this is downloaded yet. Download, please. Okay, we're gonna be here for a minute. We're gonna be here for a minute because this one file, like, the thing about this that sucks is, like, there's one character who I want to start the info dump with, and that character's, like, reference art is currently transferring over, so we're gonna be here talking about Shirley Temples and decorating people's showers until that finishes transferring over. We're just gonna be here, and everyone's just gonna have to make their peace with that, which I don't think anybody minds. I'm really sorry I took another impromptu hiatus. That one wasn't my fault. I wasn't silly this time. Okay, actually, it kind of was my fault because I was silly. But not because, like, I didn't want to stream. It was that I updated my iPhone, that I use for my facial tracking. So I had no Vtuber tracking. I couldn't do anything. I was so mad. Yeah, so I had no facial tracking. And, the worst part is, like, you guys know that streaming is basically like, I stream for me. I do this mostly for me. I do this to have fun and to hang out and to have a fun space with, people who are cool. And the fact that I couldn't stream when over the course of my little mini hiatus, I really wanted and needed to stream, it actually was not great. Everything is terrible, and my life is in shambles when I can't stream. Especially when I want to. Can you make it, virgin? Bartender with low self-esteem. Yeah, I can make it. That's funny. That's really good, actually. But yeah, my iPhone updated again, and it works now. So for a second there, I really thought I was gonna have to get a new iPhone, and I'm very glad that doesn't have to be the case. I might get a new phone just for funsies, and also to have a backup facial tracking phone. But I'm not entirely sure if I want to commit to that yet, especially because, there's always bills piling up. So, we'll just have to see how that goes. But I am never updating this iPhone again. I'm not doing it. It's not allowed. Once my facial tracking works, I'm not allowed to touch it. Have you seen Inside Out 2 yet? I haven't, actually. No, I haven't. I'm gonna unvirgin your cocktail. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, come in it? Please do not the cocktail. I have a bunch of old water-type Pokemon McDonald's toys in my shower. That's so funny! That's so adorable! Water-type Pokemon in the shower makes sense. Cocktail! Blah! So true. God. Apparently Inside Out 2 is really good because it's breaking the box office. Oh, that's cool. Here's the thing. Inside Out 1 is one of those movies, like, I watched Inside Out 1 at the perfect time in my life for it to, like, affect my heart. You know what I mean? So Inside Out has a very soft place in my heart. It's not one of those movies that I think I can watch again, because I watched it at just the perfect point in my life for it to really make an effect on me, and I don't want to ruin the memories I have of it by it being, like, not as good as I remember, or not as impactful as I remember. Cause I'm gonna be at a different point in my life when I rewatch it, so it's not going to have the same effect on me as when I first saw it. You know what I mean? Is anything I'm saying making sense? Whatever. So I'm a little hesitant to watch Inside Out 2, because if I watch Inside Out 2, I'm gonna want to watch Inside Out 1 again, and I'm not ready for that illusion to be, like, shattered for me. You know what I mean? Pixar, making adults cry since 1986. They really do. Like, yeah. Actually, speaking of movies that make me cry, have I told you guys about the one movie that makes me cry consistently? Like, every time I watch this movie, I just, like, full-on tears, sobbing, crying at this fucking movie. It's a ridiculous one, too. It's so silly. It's like thinking a childhood show is so good and then you rewatch it and it sucks. Exactly. For people in the know, don't rewatch Kappa Mikey. Don't do it. Don't rewatch Kappa Mikey. I didn't really like Inside Out 2, not gonna lie. First one was definitely better. Ooh, fighting words. I haven't seen the second movie yet, so I really can't give any fighting words as my opinion. I might give it a try. I still haven't seen the Mario movie. Can you guys believe that? Oh, do you want to watch the Mario movie in the Discord? Would that be fun? We could do, like, a movie night. How about we do like a movie night or like a movie afternoon or something, and we watch the Mario movie? Yeah. Why Kappa Mikey? Kappa Mikey's low-key racist. Like, it's low-key racist. If you watch it today with, like, today's sensibilities about, like, racism towards Asian people, and, like, you know, weeaboos, yeah, for sure, I thought that was the point. I think they weren't making a point. I think they were just being racist. I think it was just, haha, Japan's the land of anime, haha, and when that's really not the case, and that's not a respectful depiction of Japan, like, at all. Yeah. Mario movie was very good, way better than I expected, would recommend. Yeah, that's why I want to see it, and I haven't seen it yet. I haven't sat down and I haven't watched it. I don't know what it is, I have not been watching a lot of stuff. But yeah, definitely. Anyway, I'll get that going in the Discord, and we'll do a movie night this weekend. Maybe like in the afternoon or something when I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I can see it now that you explain it. Yeah, just, that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to get too spicy here today. But that's kinda, yeah, don't rewatch Kappa Mikey. Just let the memories in your head of it being a fun, cool Poggers anime show, just let them be. Let them be. You don't need to rewatch Kappa Mikey. Friends don't let friends rewatch Kappa Mikey. Let Kappa Mikey be a relic of the times. Anyway. Now we soapboxing today. No! I'm such a loser! No! I'm such a fucking Tumblrina! Don't look at me! I never saw Kappa Mikey so much later, and it's kind of average. I personally didn't get offended as an Asian person, but I can see why people would. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's, how do I say it's lovingly racist? Like, you could tell the people who made it thought that Japanese pop culture was the bomb diggity. They thought it was the coolest shit, right? And they put a lot of that, like, emotion into making the show, but that doesn't make it any less weird and reductive of an entire culture to treat an entire culture like that, no matter how lovingly it was done. You know what I mean? It's like fetishization is not representation, that old slogan of people who are like really into this topic and are really passionate about this topic. But yeah. I'm sorry I brought it up. It's not my fault. I'm a soapboxer. You know this. I'm a Tumblrina. I'm always gonna be on some shit. Kappa Mikey feels like one of those shows that has reboot potential. Better writing, better animation, and less racist. Like, if they went in a direction where it was, like, actual representation of, you know, American in a Japanese culture, but, like, for kids, American doing, like, idol Sentai show stuff, that could actually be really interesting. But you would have to treat it with a little bit more respect than Kappa Mikey originally treated its source material with, you know? And that's kind of where I think Kappa Mikey lives as a relic of its time instead of something that holds up today. And that's kind of a shame. Because I know I had, like, good memories, because watching Kappa Mikey when it was airing and anime was just starting to take off in the West, it was like a blast of, oh, other people like this. Other people like this weird niche thing that no one else really knows about yet. It's slowly starting to become a thing. Like, I remember when the Miss Manga line of mascara came out. I'm totally showing my ass as an AFAB person here, but you guys already knew that I grew up a girl. When the Miss Manga line of mascara came out, it was a moment of like, pogging in the drugstore of being like, whoa, anime's gotten popular enough that they're using it in makeup. That's so cool. You know, like every cosplayer used Miss Manga, brand eyeshadow. I keep wanting to say eyeshadow, mascara for a while there, just because it had manga in the branding name, right? Like, don't tell me you didn't. If you were around, if you were around for that, you knew about Miss Manga. I would totally watch a show about an American dude moving to Japan to be the next Super Sentai Red Ranger and all the hijinks that come with the culture shock. Yeah. You just have to, like, do the culture shock with at least an iota of respect, you know? And I feel like Kappa Mikey didn't do that respect. They just said, oh, Japan's the land of anime. We can just do a bunch of anime tropes, and that's, haha, isn't that funny? And it's like, ew. I love the idea of the different art styles. Yes, that is something that you could do. That's honestly one of the best things about the show. Was a very clever little piece of art direction of showing that, you know, hey, we have different cultures because we're drawn differently. That was really smart. And the fact that that's kind of where the smartness ends for that show hurts my heart a little bit. Oh, man. Yeah. Hold on, let me see if this thing is, done uploading yet. Yay. Hold on, I think we might be cooking with gas. Yeah, baby! Yeah, exactly. Maybe you don't have white actors playing Japanese characters with racist accents. Exactly. That's one of the things that, like, does not hold up about Kappa Mikey. Yes, let's go! Okay, we are so back. It's not even funny. We are so back, boys. Just when it's so over, we are so back. Okay, hold on. I gotta move my thing really quick. Hey, Kryptonite! Hi, Juan! Hi, guys! Good to have you. I don't know if Syl is watching. I told Syl that they might want to listen to stream today. And also, I mentioned earlier that I'm ordering pizza, or my roommates are currently ordering pizza, so Syl's job is to drop in chat at some point. Okay, cool. Syl's job is to drop in chat at some point when pizza gets here, so that I know when food is here and I can go eat. Anyway, yeah, so, my thing finished downloading, so I can finally show you guys, my fun, cool OCs, if you guys want to see them. So, first things first, let me switch over to the tab, and I will start talking about this world that I've made. It's very cool. Okay, so, do you like my furry? Do you like my sparkle dog furry? Her name's Neo. She's my favorite. Well, she's one of my favorites. She's great. Okay, so, I'm gonna start talking about the world first and try and get a little bit of background as to the universe that Neo and all of her friends live in before I start talking about each of the individual characters, right? So, cause we got a lot of characters to go through. So there's Neo, who's like the main character. This is Sebastian, this is Skylar, and this is Emmeline. This is Marin, this is Tallulah, and this is Victor. This is Valentine. Valentine is supposed to have some more people on her page, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I haven't gotten around to drawing some of the other characters. Like, Valentine is supposed to have another character who, like, is this cool, sexy, roguish bandit character who ends up having like romantic tension with Neo, and it's really cool. And there's also, I'm gonna draw like some of the antagonists. I might draw one of the antagonists actually here with I just clicked the wrong thing. One of the antagonists here with Marin, Victor, and Tallulah, because Marin, Victor, and Tallulah all kind of have something similar going on. But yeah. And the last character that I want to talk about is Vixie. And Vixie is... Vixie is probably the most important character in the story because there's a really cool twist about Vixie that I'm going to kind of reveal after I'm done talking about it, right? Okay, cool. So let's go back to Neo. Also, please ignore the fact that Neo doesn't have clothes yet. Neo doesn't have clothes because I have been trying so hard to give Neo an outfit that I'm happy with. Like, this is an outfit that I'm kind of considering for Neo, but I'm not in love with it. This is an outfit that I'm kind of considering for Neo, but I'm also not in love with it. I have like another one that I'm kind of considering on like a million different layers that I'm kind of considering. I haven't figured out what I want Neo to be. Actually, here, you know what I'm gonna do? Actually? We're gonna just do this. Okay, for everyone who likes to draw, I'm dropping something in the Koyuki Club. I'm dropping this image of Neo in the Koyuki Club. I'm putting it in Stream Ideas. Anyone who likes to draw, I want you to draw an outfit for Neo. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like, what outfit you give her. Just something cute, something fun, something creative. Go nuts, because I have literally no ideas. And if you guys finish any outfits before the end of the stream, I'll show them off on stream and we'll talk about them. Because I have genuinely no outfit ideas for Neo here. Right, excuse to draw. See, I knew people like he would really enjoy that. Yeah, take it, draw on top of Neo, like, go crazy, give her an outfit, have fun with it. And listen to me ramble about Neo's story. Okay, so let me tell you about the world Neo lives in first. So, anyone can draw, even if they don't have to. Go for it, man. Draw an outfit for Neo. In the Discord, I specifically dropped this image of Neo, so that you can draw like on top of her and just draw an outfit on this reference image. But if you want to just draw Neo and draw an outfit for her, go for it. Anything you guys want to do, because I have no idea. I'm completely tapped out of ideas. I have tried so many times to find an outfit that I like for Neo, and I have not, like, nailed it yet. So I'm officially crowdfunding this. Have fun with it. Go nuts. Go hog wild. Do whatever you want with Neo's clothes. Okay. Let me tell you about Feralis. That is the name of the world that they live in. So Feralis is a planet. It's a planet. And the thing about Feralis that is unique is Feralis is like the planet itself of Feralis is like kind of like a high fantasy world, but there's a little bit of like steampunk in there too. And the like outside of the world is a normal world, and then the inside of the world, like the core, like, you know how our planet, like Earth is like a core of like hot molten magma and stuff? So, under the ground of Feralis, there is a core of, instead of like molten magma, it's pure magic, right? And at the very center of the Earth is a solid core of pure magic called the Star. And this is where we get the title of the story called StarSwallower. Okay? So there's a star in the center of this planet. And if you go underground, then the star has like veins of magic that the star like pushes through to the surface. And there are furry people, like there's people like Neo who are like anthro animals, and there's also like regular animals like chickens and pigs and cows and stuff that aren't sentient. They are just normal cows and normal pigs and stuff. And also, I'm trying to make this like an inclusive furry world. So some furries are feral furries, and some furries are like human furries, and like they're all fine. And then some furries that are there's just also normal animals, and there's also animals that are normal and not people, and who are magical, right? So you have like a chicken. And then you have your chicken person, who's like, foghorn leghorn. And then you have like a phoenix, which is like a fire chicken, right? And the phoenix can be a furry person, or it can just be a regular animal, or the chicken can be a furry person or a regular animal. And the reason why it's like that is because the magic at the core of the world wends its way upwards in these veins that cause magical changes in creatures and plants and the areas around it, right? So that's kind of the idea of feralis. And that's the explanation for why there's regular animals, feral furries, and regular furries. So there's also the star at the center of the world has a cultural aspect to the people of Feralis as well. So the people of Feralis, as a coming-of-age ritual, will make pilgrimages to the center of the earth, and they will, like, approach the star and bathe in its magic, right? And being that close to that much raw magic will allow people to walk away with superpowers. So, Neo is special. We'll talk about Neo here in a second, but let me just be like, for an example, Sebastian here, his star gift, that's what it's called. When you go on your coming of age ritual and you approach the star and you bathe in its light and you get a superpower, you get a star gift. So, and sometimes the star gift will make you look like a sparkle dog, and sometimes it won't change you, and sometimes it will. Skylar just became a little bit brighter. But yeah. So Skylar's star gift is, he can control the weather. So that's a very powerful star gift. That's a very, very powerful one. Some people do not get powerful star gifts because your star gift is ultimately, it's kind of random. You can kind of predict what you're going to get based on based on your genetics, but it's mostly random. And some people, when they make their pilgrimage, they don't get a star gift at all. And so if they want to have superpowers, they have to rely on something called star fragments, which are from those veins of magic. They're little stones from the veins of magic of the star wending its way to the surface, right? So that's kind of the basic lore of the star gifts, and that. Okay, so starting at the beginning of the story, our main character is Neo, and this is actually not what Neo always looks like. Neo, at the beginning of the story, looks like this. This is Neo before she got her star gift. So Neo goes to make this pilgrimage. Neo goes to a magic academy. And that's where she's learning how to harness the energy of the star. It's like a combination of like high school, it's like a high school, boarding school, magic school kind of situation where, she's learning how to be an adult and, she's going to school. She's going to magic school. And she's about to graduate magic school, and she's about to graduate, with her brother and with Emmeline. Her brother Skylar here, he graduated a year before, and so did Emmeline. And we'll talk about them when we get to them. Okay, so Neo here. We're back to Neo. Neo goes on her pilgrimage with other kids from her class, and they all make their trip to the star as their final graduation thing. And the interesting thing is when Neo did her like little predictive test to try and like guesstimate what her star gift might be, she got a lot of like weird results of like everything was kind of equally possible, which is a very weird thing. It's like, we really can't tell what you have an affinity for. Also, part of the magic is some people have lunar affinities and some people have solar affinities. So some people's magic is more powerful at night. Some people's magic is more powerful during the day. And that's just kind of for, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm doing too much. I just like, I like making complicated magic systems. But yeah, so like your little genetic test to guesstimate what your star gift might be will, when Neo did her little test, they had no idea what her star gift could be. To compare it to someone who is, a more normal case, Skylar, when he did his little genetic test, he got a lot of results for like, oh, you have an affinity for water magic. You have an affinity, you have a, I haven't decided if he has a lunar affinity or a solar affinity yet. I'm thinking solar affinity because like his whole thing is he controls the weather, but I haven't decided yet. It's one of those things where it's also like, it's something that matches the character, you know what I mean? Like, Tallulah here, she's a wolf. Her whole thing is that she's a werewolf, so she has a lunar affinity. But Victor's thing is that he's like a knight in shining armor. That's kind of like the inspiration of his character. So he's gonna have a solar affinity, that kind of thing. It's a character thing. Anyway. So, Skylar had a very normal readout for his guesstimation of, hey, so you have a big affinity for water music, for water magic, you have an affinity for wind magic, you have an affinity for lightning magic, you have an affinity for healing magic, a little bit of an affinity for that, that's interesting. You might end up with healing powers, that's cool. And it turns out when he got a star gift, he got weather control powers, which is, wind, water, and lightning, all together. And so that's kind of the guesstimation. It shows you where you'll be, with the fields of magic, right? Yeah. Durson Prospect. Don't look at me! Don't fucking look at me! Don't look at me! I know my Homestuck is showing. Do not look at me. I'm doing too much. You motherfuckers know I'm doing too much. Anyway, yes, Durson Prospect. I'm a little inspired by that. Fucking sue me. Anyway, we're staring you down. You know what I am. I know what you are. I know. It's embarrassing, okay? Shut up. I walked down the aisle to a Homestuck song at my wedding. That's not a bit. That's not a bit. That's not a joke. That's not funny. I actually did that. Anyway. So this is Neo before she goes on her pilgrimage, and she doesn't know what kind of star gift she's going to get. How long have you had these characters for? I've been thinking about them for a few months. Maybe a year. Still, how long have I been thinking about this whole story about Neo? I've had them for a while. Not quite as long as I've had like other characters. These guys are pretty recent, but I've had them for a while and I've been thinking about them. Time isn't real. I don't know how long it's been. Real. You're so real for that, bestie. Yeah. So Neo's on her way to go get her star gift. She goes on this pilgrimage and she goes on her pilgrimage and she approaches the star. And when she approaches the star, she tries to approach it all normal style and just like, hey, I'm approaching the star for a star gift. I'm bathing in the light and the magic, and she dies. she like rises into the air and for some reason she's like spitting flames and like light and everything. And then she collapses on the ground, and the star is gone. The entire star at the center of the planet is gone when Neo collapses. And Neo, her friends, they scoop her up, and they take her back to the camp where everyone was waiting, and Neo looks like this now. And now I'm wondering if people have noticed that Neo has like the scar on her eye. If you look, Neo didn't have the scar and didn't have two colored eyes, and now Neo has the scar and Neo has two different colored eyes. So I'm so mad because I haven't drawn this character yet, and I don't have art for them, and I'm very sorry. But yeah, this is what Neo looks like now. Doesn't have clothes. Don't look at me. This is what Neo looks like now. And when Neo swallowed the star, because that's what happened. When Neo walked up and accidentally absorbed the star into her entire being, right? Neo released a force of darkness that lived in the center of the star. And that force of darkness is named Eon. And I don't have art for Eon, and I'm very, very, very sorry. And Eon is a very fascinating character. Eon's like the main bad guy, the main antagonist of this story. And Eon was an evil wizard who wanted to do what Neo did, wanted to absorb the power of the star. And so Eon tried to do this dark magic to absorb the power of the star, absorb the source of all magic, and command the powers of all magic forever and always. And the spell backfired on Eon. And when the spell backfired, Eon, instead of absorbing the star absorbed Eon. So Eon has been trapped inside the star for like hundreds of years, I guess. I don't know. A long time. And Eon was only released when the star vanished because Neo ate it. And since Neo did what Eon always wanted to do, Eon attacked Neo and tried to hurt her. But Neo, being this powerful, contains all magic forever and always now inside her little teenager body, was able to repel Eon for the first time and only walked away with the scarred eye. And fascinatingly enough, the eye looks exactly like what Eon's eyes looked like. Spooky and interesting. I wonder what the connection is there between them. Okay. So that's Neo. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Turns out that Neo's star gift power is Neo has the power to absorb other people's star gifts and just take them in permanently as a part of herself. Kind of like is it a blue mage from Final Fantasy that steals monster abilities? Kind of like that, but Neo can do it for anyone's star gift that she needs, right? So the first person that she absorbs Skylar. Skylar's her brother, and so it doesn't hurt the person when she absorbs their powers. She just like slurps up a little bit of their magic, and then she can just use their magic forever. And you can see she grows another tail, and she got the angel wings. The angel wings are actually really cute. The angel wings aren't like actual wings. They're made of clouds, and Skylar can summon and dismiss them whenever he wants, but Neo is just like so crackling with magic always, that she just always has her wings. Yeah, I just thought that was cute. I just thought that was cute and fun. Give her the power to give anyone the feeling of being drunk as well as a free car key to a car. Jesus. Terrible. I mean, she could absorb that power. If she met someone with that power, she could absorb that power. Definitely. So yeah. I need to finish drawing Neo at every stage of who she absorbs. But if you look at the final version of Neo here, right? You see that Neo has one angel wing, one devil wing, a unicorn horn. She's got the 2 different colored eyes. She's rainbow now. And you can see that she has one tail and it's all rainbow. But if you look at the first absorption, Neo has 2 tails. One's yellow and one's blue. One's like the same blue color as her body. And she's got a stripe in her hair. That's because she absorbed Skylar's, like, main powers, and that's Skylar, like, coming through in her. So, as she absorbs more powers, she grows more tails, and the idea is that, here, sorry. My things are just so disorganized. The idea is that she wraps all of her tails together into one big bushy tail that's to hide the fact that she's slowly becoming a kitsune, which is really cool. I think that's really cool. She's a tricky little thing. She ate Pride Month. She did. She's also a lesbian, or she's bisexual. I haven't decided yet. I genuinely haven't decided yet. But she likes it all. She's either bi or pan or she's something. She's something. She's not straight. Neo isn't straight. But yeah. So basically now Neo is on this incredible journey to figure out... Neo doesn't know why she ate the star. She doesn't know why that happened. And obviously people want her to put the star back because now there's kind of like an energy crisis happening because the star... Like everything has... Everything is run on magic, and it's run on star fragments, which is made by the star in, like, little mines. They're little stones that are from those, like, veins of magic of the star wending its way to the surface from the center of the earth, right? I talked about that. So there's no more whatever star fragments exist in the earth, that's it. They will no longer replenish because the star at the center doesn't exist anymore. It got eaten. It got eaten. What did I miss? Sorry, you missed Neo's entire backstory. I can't believe you. Radbat, how could you do this to me? But yeah, so Neo's on this incredible journey now. And she's trying to figure out what's going on with Eon. Why did she eat the star? Can she put the star back? And, trying to figure out all of just basically what happened when she ate the star. And she didn't mean to do it. She was just trying to get her normal star gift. She didn't know that she had this powerful, world-breaking star gift of absorbing absorbing all magic forever and always, right? Because that we know, like we as the audience, me as the writer, me as the creator, I know that Neo's power is that she absorbs things, and that's going to be a reveal over the course of the story as the story is being told for Neo. Neo doesn't know that her power is to absorb things. Pizza's here, and this is actually a good little end cap here of I'm kind of done explaining the basic formula of like the incredible journey. So I'm gonna go grab a couple pieces of pizza and then we're gonna nasty mukbang and I'm gonna be right back. Let me just... Okay, I'm vanished now. Look at Neo and appreciate Neo, and then I'll talk about Skylar, Emmeline, and Sebastian when I get back. Star power, absorbing powers, world-breaking powers. Is this Kirby? No. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm back. I brought pizza. Okay, cool. I'm here now. Pizza time. Can she absorb pizza too? God. Look at it! Look at it! Okay, cool. I'm gonna talk about Skylar next. I'm gonna eat pizza first. Let me finish my slice of za. Can you see me chewing? I'm drawing her outfit and it's a mix of everyone's style. It is good pizza. It's very good pizza. Your model is also chewing. Oh no! It's so embarrassing. What kind of pizza did you get? Pizza ASMR sounds like something Michelangelo would listen to. Cowabunga, dude! We got, like, meat lovers with jalapenos, because jalapenos are my favorite pizza topping. I can't draw Neo right now because I'm eating dinner also. Oh, it's actually spelled... I was going to do this earlier, but I forgot. I forgot. Her name is spelled like... that. Neo. I recently got into peppers on my pizza, like bell peppers. Bell peppers are okay. Bell peppers are kind of mid. I prefer spicy peppers. Just because a spicy pepper, like, actually tastes like something. Holy shit, this goes so hard. I think I'm just hungry. A pepper that isn't spicy, it's like french fries without salt, right? Thank you! You understand me, Radbat? Okay. I'm almost done with the slice, I promise, and then we'll talk about Skylar and everyone. Okay, cool. So this is... Skylar. And Skylar is Neo's older brother. Skylar's Neo's older brother. They grew up together, and he's kind of like a very sweet kind of person, right? He's very loving. He's like that like older brother trope of like an Oni-san, you know, kind of, you know what I'm talking about? He's definitely got like that trope going for him. And he went to school a year ahead of Neo, and he graduated a year ahead of Neo. And when he graduated with his star gift, he got the weather controlling power, and his life completely changed overnight with the weather controlling power, right? He and Neo used to be like really close, and he was always there for her. And then he got this amazing star gift, and because of this amazing star gift that he got, he was like asked to become this like patron of agriculture, basically. He can control the weather, so he can control the food supply, basically, you know? So he's been serving the Council of Mages, and doing like food production, agriculture, protecting ships in the harbor, doing things like that. And the only reason he was able to go on this journey for Neo's graduation is because the Council of Mages had also taken an interest in Neo, because powers are genetic, right? Your powers are influenced by your genetics. So if he has a little sister, she might also have a very powerful star gift, and she has a very bright future ahead of her. Ha ha, ha 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 ha, hoo hoo. If only they knew. So that's what Skylar's been doing, and Skylar got lead to like chaperone Neo's class while they go on this their pilgrimage. And that's how Skylar's there for Neo when she swallows the star, and that's how Skylar is able to help her escape, okay? So, Skylar's got a very powerful star gift, and Skylar has a pretty close relationship to these two characters here. This is Sebastian, and this is Emmeline. Let me label them for you guys. If I can write. Sebastian doesn't have a lot of room. There we go. Just call Sebastian Daddy. No! Sebastian's not. Is Sebastian Daddy? Wait, hold on. Hold on. I actually need a vote in chat for this. Is Sebastian Daddy? Is he Daddy Core? Please, for the love of God. I need to know. That was not my intention while designing him. My intention while designing him was to make, was Vampire Core. I wanted to make him very Interview with a Vampire. Raise your hand if he's Daddy. I think you're the only one raising your hand there, Radbat. Holy shit. Oh my god. You can't just one-hit kill me like that. Jesus. Okay. I was talking about Skylar. Okay, so Skylar was chaperoning the pilgrimage of, Neo's graduating class. I'm the only one who admits it. He's not! Stop! Like, for real, stop! Oh my god. Okay, he was chaperoning their pilgrimage. And Neo swallowed the star. No one want to know about Sebastian. He's not Daddy. He's the damsel in distress. I will get to Sebastian. We're not at the part of the story where we talk about Sebastian yet. We gotta talk about Emmeline first. We gotta talk about Emmeline's deal. We gotta talk about Skylar and Emmeline. Skylar and Emmeline are kissing. You made a Tumblr sexy man. Okay, that was a little intentional. Sebastian's a hottie? His partners think so too. Sebastian's in a throuple. Guess who he's dating? These two bitches. It's great. It's great. Oh, I love it. Yeah, no, Sebastian can pull hotties. Okay. Skylar goes on an adventure. Emmeline's also there. Emmeline, Emmeline, when she went to go get her star gift, we're gonna get to Sebastian. We're gonna get to Sebastian. You thirsty, thirsty motherfuckers. We're gonna get to him. Let me talk about his girlfriend first. Let me talk about his girlfriend and his boyfriend. And then we'll talk about Sebastian. I promise. Sebastian is interesting. He's very interesting. You guys are very valid for being interested in him. He's very good. So Emmeline was also in the graduating class of Skylar. Skylar and Emmeline graduated at the same time. However, Emmeline did not get a star gift. Remember how I said that sometimes you just don't get a star gift? That's what happened to Emmeline. So Emmeline, when she took her little genetic guesstimation to figure out what her star gift might be, she came back with very low results for all kinds of magic, and so she also really couldn't pinpoint what her star gift might be, right? And so when she approached the star, she ended up not getting any magic, which is really a shame. But the thing about Emmeline is Emmeline decides that she's not going to let that stop her, and she becomes a powerful engineer. She becomes kind of like the artificer of the party. She learns how to use star fragments in a way to, make magical items and magical artifacts and magical, armor and weapons and cool things like that. And she basically upgrades the party on their adventure by giving them magical stuff through her usage of star fragments, which are like the enchanted rocks I told you guys about. So yeah, Emmeline's really a girl boss, and Emmeline also becomes something that's called a saint. So in this world, in Feralis, there is like science and magic are like intertwined, and like magic and like science and like religion are kind of intertwined. Like they treat magic as like an art and a science and like a faith. So getting canonized as a saint is more like getting your doctorate, right? You are like the top of your field in some kind of research of a subject, right? Emmeline becomes Saint Emmeline of Star Fragments because of her work on Star Fragments, and she's the only saint who doesn't have a star gift. Now, we can talk about Sebastian Saint Celine. Yes, his last name is Saint Celine. Interesting, considering what I just told you guys about saints. Sebastian is the descendant of one of the ancient saints, Saint Celine, and Sebastian has a lunar affinity, very obviously. Skylar would have to have a solar affinity, because then we could have solar, lunar, and then no affinity. And that would like really round out their triad because they're all dating. They're not all dating yet. But they're all dating. It's so funny. It's also so funny you say that. We have a new Tumblr sexy man. Can't wait for his fan base to get butthurt that his personality doesn't match their headcanons. Yeah, it's really funny because Sebastian has a chronic illness, basically. Okay, so Sebastian is a descendant of Saint Celine. Saint Celine is Saint Celine of the Star. That's huge because her research was we're getting to it. Syl helped me make Sebastian. Sebastian is as much Syl's character as Sebastian is my character. Okay, Sebastian is the descendant of Saint Celine. Like all of the Saint Celine lore that I'm about to drop on you is this is mostly Syl. Syl came up with all this. Saint Celine of the Star, Saint Celine's research, her magical arcane research, was how to approach the star and get a star gift without the magic overwhelming you and vaporizing you. Saint Celine is they've been doing pilgrimages for a long time, but pilgrimages used to be very sacred because only like the strongest would make a pilgrimage and then survive, but the cost of getting superpowers was enough that people kept going to the star and dying, and going to the star and dying, and going to the star and making these pilgrimages hoping to get superpowers to change their lives. And Saint Celine saw that and said, hey, that sucks. I don't want people to be doing that. I'm going to research the star and research a way to approach the star safely so that we can get superpowers without getting vaporized. Saint Celine is the reason why pilgrimages are safe now. And Sebastian is a descendant of that. Sebastian is basically like, he's like a lord, he's like royalty, going to the star and dying. That could be a meme. Yeah, I mean... So that's what Saint Celine did. Saint Celine is the reason why pilgrimages are safe, and the reason why pilgrimages are able to be done and not overwhelm and vaporize and kill the pilgrims, right? So that was all Sebastian's ancestor, which is very ironic. Because when Sebastian made his pilgrimage to get his star gift, he ended up with multiple star gifts, which overwhelmed his body and made it so that he is not able to function as a human being anymore. Sebastian basically has too much magic in his body that his body cannot sustain that level of magic, and so it eats him alive. And in order to sustain himself and be alive, he needs to eat star fragments, like crush them up and eat them, so that he can get magic externally. But now there's no more star fragments because star fragments aren't being remade and replenished by the star. So Sebastian might not be able to, like, if Sebastian wasn't rich, he would be so fucked. He would be so fucked. Because he wouldn't be able to afford all the star fragments he needs to literally survive. Star fragments are like medicine for him, and they don't even completely cure him, right? They just make it so that he's not in pain and withering and wasting away all the time, right? Okay. So Sebastian has this chronic illness, and he has too much magic disease, so his body's wasting away because he doesn't have enough magic. Neo and Sebastian about to fight for some star food! Little bit. So, that's actually what happened, that's how they met. So, Neo and Sebastian met. Neo, Skylar, and Emmeline were looking for leads for anyone who knew anything about magical diseases. And they'd heard that the St. Celine family, the heir of the St. Celine family, was sickly, but was being sustained with magic. Or they knew that there was some rumor about the St. Celine family. There was some rumor about the St. Celine family, so they approached the St. Celine family and being like, hey, we need to know what's going on here. Can you help us? Sort of thing. Skylar maybe pulled some strings, and that's how they met Sebastian. And Sebastian basically has vampire powers. So Sebastian can, like, mind control people, he can turn into mist, he can, disappear, he can, turn invisible. He has all of these crazy, crazy classic vampire powers. But it's at the cost of his own health, of needing to eat these star fragments to sustain himself. And Sebastian decides to join Neo and her friends when he realizes that he can drink Neo's blood and sustain himself that way instead of, because Neo is nothing but magic. She is the star now. She ate the star. She swallowed the star. Yeah, so he can drink her blood and sustain himself that way, and that's the only way he can sustain himself now, because star fragments are drying up. So that's how Sebastian ends up joining the party. And he can feed, he learns that he can drink the blood of anyone who has a star gift to sustain himself. So, when he's not feeding on Neo, he starts feeding on Skylar, because, there's one point where Neo gets separated from the party, and that's where we meet Tallulah and Victor. And so in order to sustain himself, Sebastian starts drinking from Skylar, and that broaches kind of some of the sexual tension between them, because Sebastian and Skylar, when they first met, they didn't really get along. And that's how they kind of got together. I'm losing track of your lore. Okay, so here's a quick recap. So there's this magical world, there's a star at the center of the world, and that's where magic comes from. The star makes these magical rocks called star fragments. Neo goes on a pilgrimage to get a superpower from the star, and she accidentally ends up absorbing the star. When she absorbs the star into her body and becomes the new star, she releases an evil dark force called Eon. And Eon's an evil wizard who tried to do what Neo did. Skylar is Neo's brother. He's very sweet, and he and Emmeline have some kind of boy next door, girl next door romantic tension between them. Kingdom Hearts, I have the most complicated lore. FNAF, no I do. Yuki, hold my pizza. It's true. It's literally true. So Skylar and Emmeline help Neo escape after she swallows a star and people want to get her and they're trying to figure out what's going on. While they're trying to figure out what's going on, they meet Sebastian and they learn that Sebastian also has this, like, magical disease where... Hello, tracking. My tracking just messed up. Hello? Okay, my tracking's back. I don't know why I just messed up. Has this magical disease where he has too much magic in his body to sustain himself, so he has to take magic from an external source in order to like live and be normal. I lost track again. It's a lot. It's just roll with it. Just roll with it. But that's kind of where we are right now. So these four are he's taking magical medication, exactly. These four are on an incredible journey now together, and they go on their journey, and they're trying to figure out what happened to Neo, how to stop Eon, and how to get the star back, basically. And while they're on this incredible journey, we haven't even gotten to, like, the twist yet. We haven't gotten to the twist yet. Like, I'm just explaining the lore, and there's a reason why this lore is so complicated, because we have not gotten to the twist. Syl knows the twist. But we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to the twist. It's great. Just trust me. So while these four, I can't be reminded that so SpongeBob became normal. Hi, how are ya? Me never. I could never be hi, how are ya? I could never be normal. Me normal? Never. Never ever. Okay, so while they're on the incredible journey, they meet these guys. They meet Marin, Tallulah, and Victor. This is Marin, this is Tallulah. And this is Victor. Let me label them for you guys. Marin, Tallulah, and Victor. Hi, how are you? Now I'm normal. I like their names. Thank you. Okay, so, I haven't decided exactly when in the story Marin, Tallulah, and Victor come in, but I think you get Marin first. You meet Marin first. You're just showing us the three hot besties now, aren't you? Actually, Marin's my waifu. Marin's a boy. Marin's a guy. Marin is really interesting. I love Marin. Okay, so Marin's whole deal is Marin is from a swamp village, right? Still Smash. I'm glad you guys like Marin, because that's exactly the vibe I was going for with him. He's a sexy boy. He's a sexy healer. Yuki, Marin's a guy. Me, even better. I'm glad everyone's having the reaction to Marin that I wanted you to have. Okay, so Marin grew up in this swamp village, right? And the swamp village had a local witch, right? And this witch, she would take on apprentices and train them and help them get their pilgrimage to the star and get their star gift. And her apprentices would go off into the world and do good in the world, and would leave the small village and go off to do good things. Marin was one of her students, and Marin got his star gift, but instead of going off into the world, he stayed behind, and he was ostracized from his community because he didn't go off into the world to do good things. He stayed behind. And so he now lives in this little butterfly grove in the swamp, where he does plant magic and healing. His star gift is that he can control plants, and so he uses his control of plants to, like, grow healing herbs and poultices and do, like, alchemy stuff, right? Now, the twist about Marin is the reason Marin was ostracized from his community, right, was he discovered a secret about the witch who is, like, the leader of their community, who helps her students get star gifts. What happened was the witch would use her students, and she would steal the star gifts from her students, and she would kill them and hide it as, like, oh, they went off into the world to go do good. And Marin was next on the chopping block, and Marin fought back, and he escaped. And he tried to tell people that the witch was evil, but people believed the witch instead of him, because why would they believe a cowardly acolyte who didn't want to leave the village? So Marin has this hope that he'll eventually be able to defeat the witch and free his and help his village. And it's not until Neo and Sebastian and Emmeline and Skylar show up that they're able to stop the witch from doing that. And the witch is a really cool boss fight, and I haven't drawn the witch yet. I'm going to draw the witch here when I draw some other characters here with Valentine. Because I might save talking about Valentine until I talk about the twist. Just because that's how Valentine is. Victor's the first character I've seen wearing pants so far. Is there something you have against pants? Yeah, I like having my characters Donald Duck. I like having my furry characters Donald Duck it. I just think that looks cute. I also don't like drawing shoes, but I didn't want to draw, like, Victor just wearing, like, chest plate armor, so I drew him wearing full armor. But yeah. So Marin teams up with Vixie and Neo, not with Vixie. Vixie comes in later. Teams up with Neo and her friends to stop the witch of the town, and they defeat the witch, and everything's good, and everything they stop the witch. And the cool thing about the witch is similar to someone that's Vixie, I keep saying Vixie, that Neo and her friends fought on the beginning of their incredible journey, who's the Minotaur. I haven't talked about the Minotaur. I have not talked about the Minotaur. You don't need to know who the Minotaur is. I'm just talking about it. But there's a cool connection between the witch and the Minotaur. I haven't drawn the witch yet. I need to draw that. It's fine. This lives in my head and I haven't finished drawing it yet. I need to do that. I got so much in my brain. Okay, so let's talk about Tallulah and Victor now. So Tallulah and Victor are bounty hunters, and there's a third bounty hunter named Callie, who is a cameo of Amlagus's character that I'm eventually going to put in the story, because I just think it would be fun. So Tallulah and Victor are bounty hunters, and remember how I said that when Neo swallowed the star, like, she stole all magic from the entire realm, basically? So the Council of Mages that Skylar works for are very interested in getting this back, in getting the magic back. Is this ever going to be on Webtoon? We'll get to that. We'll get to it. Don't worry. When I talk about the twist, I'll talk about it. Victor looks like a pony Sona. He's a unicorn. There's a very specific reason why all the characters are designed the way they're designed and why they look like this. Yeah, so Victor and Tallulah are bounty hunters, and they are hunting Neo. They're trying to hunt down Neo, and they're trying to find Neo and catch Neo so that Neo can go before the Council of Mages and be, I guess that would be the Council of Saints. I haven't decided yet. There's a council. There's an evil council. She's getting chased by the government. That's basically the crux of it. Goes before the Council of Mages to stand trial for stealing the star, basically. So Victor and Tallulah are trying to catch Neo. And what happens is they do end up catching Neo, and that's when Neo is separated from the party for a little bit. And Neo has to team up with Tallulah and Victor because they're also getting chased by Callie, who is another bounty hunter who's a necromancer and can call on, like, the souls of ghosts and stuff to do her bidding to catch her prey. It's pretty cool. And Callie is evil, and Tallulah and Victor have bought into the propaganda that Neo is bad. She is like Eon was hundreds of years ago. She just wanted to steal power. If Neo is allowed to be free in this world, then she'll destroy the world like Eon was gonna do. Basically, like, they believe all the things about Eon they believe are true about Neo. And as they fight alongside Neo and they learn more about her and they become friends and they become comrades and friends, then they learn, oh, she's just a girl who's, like, completely out of her depth, and she didn't want to hurt anyone. She's just trying to figure out she's just as lost as the rest of us. And they decide to be good and join as friends after that. And that's Tallulah and Victor's story, basically. And they're like best friends. They're like besties. They're partners in bounty hunting together. They're cool. Oh, and their star gifts are really cool. So Tallulah, comrades and friends, or friend rads, they're besties. They're ultimate besties. So Tallulah's star gift is that she is able to she hulks out, basically. She turns into this big hulking werewolf with big claws and big teeth and fangs and all that good stuff. And that's Tallulah's star gift. And Victor's star gift is also really cool. Victor's star gift is that he's able to conjure, like, these spectral, phantasmic, like, weapons and armor. Like, if you look at his armor and you look how it's, like, kind of, like, unnaturally silvery, that's because it is unnatural. Victor conjured his own armor with his star gift powers. Isn't that cool? So he can conjure, like, these, like, spectral, ghostly, like, swords and hammers and giant shields and stuff like that. It's very cool. And that's Victor. So Victor and Tallulah are both very, like, martial star gift fighters, which makes them very unique and makes them very good, a very good duo. Yeah. Steven Universe. That's unusual. Yeah, it's kind of like Steven being able to do like a shield or like the hard light projections of the gems. Kind of like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can't wait for the epic fight scenes. Oh, you guys don't know. You don't know the twist. Okay. I gotta talk about Vixie now. So you know how this whole lore is, and this is Vixie. This is Vixie. Vixie is the most important character in the entire story. So you know how this lore is really complicated and really, like, there's a bunch of characters, and if you just look at Neo, like, Neo kind of looks like a very classic Mary Sue. You know, like, with all these powers. Neo is a very overpowered character. And everyone has, like, cool powers. And Sebastian's really edgy. And Skylar's really tropey and sweet. And everyone's kind of just like, you know, Marin's kind of a sexy guy. Tallulah's kind of a fighty girl. You know, everyone's kind of tropey. That's intentional. That's by design. I made these characters the way they are for a reason. And that reason is because in the fiction of this story, I didn't write this story. It was written by a 15-year-old girl named Vixie. And this is how you spell her name. This whole story is just Vixie's fanfic. Vixie is a girl who is in high school, and she doesn't have many friends. And she doesn't have many friends because she's a little prickly. She's a little prickly. She doesn't make friends very easily. She's very head in the clouds. And here's where I. Like, you guys are asking, like, oh, is this going to be on Webtoons? Is this going to be a comic? Is this going to be a series? How are you going to do this? I think that this story, the story of StarSwallower, I think that it would work best as a game, as a video game. I predicted! Map has got nothing on me! Yeah, basically. Me and Vixie's the most important character. You can kind of see the twist. I think this would work really well as a game, kind of like a JRPG. Because I want there to be two sides of the game. All the stuff that I just described, all the crazy stuff about Neo and Sebastian and Skylar and Emmeline and Marin and Tallulah and Victor, and I haven't talked about Valentine yet. This is Valentine. That's all stuff that Vixie came up with. That's all stuff that Vixie wrote, and she wrote in her journals, and she drew during class, and she drew in the margins of her math homework, and that she's been working on, just for fun, because she doesn't have any friends, right? And I think that the thing that would be interesting is if there were two sides to the game. Vixie just like me for real. Vixie just like a lot of us for real. Because, you know, the people who find stories so comforting are the people who need comfort, you know? Give me the game now. I will pay. I have not started. This is as far as I've gotten just thinking about it. So there's two sides to this game. There's visual novel portions where you play as Vixie. And you play as Vixie, and you're navigating social situations in high school. And depending on how you navigate those social situations will change how the JRPG sections go, right? I didn't know I was an emo fox teen this whole time. I love Vixie. I love her so much. I love Vixie so much. You don't understand. I drew Vixie first, and then I came up with this whole lore afterwards for, like, Neo and everyone, and I'm like, ooh, what if I combined them? A little bit of Persona vibes, But yeah, depending on how you navigate Vixie's situations in the real world will change how the game goes. And I actually have my notes pulled up here. Jokes aside, this sounds brilliant. If anyone wants to help me. Okay, here's my notes. So, depending on the route, so remember how I talked about Eon, and Eon is evil, but I didn't talk about, like, why Eon is evil? I need to draw Eon. I need to just do it. I haven't done it yet. So depending on the route, Eon's backstory and explanation for why she's evil changes. And the backstory would be told via notebooks left behind after fighting bosses at the end of levels. I have never actually played Persona, so I know literally nothing about it. Yeah, I've actually never played Persona either. Oh, Mom, get out of my room! The story's changed. Neo is now an angsty teen. Yes, no, that's exactly it. That's exactly what happens. Yeah, so the backstory of Eon would be told via notebooks left behind after fighting bosses. And the boss fights, right? The boss fights is where you find out what route you're on, because the bosses will change as you affect the story in the visual novel sections, right? Persona is a JRPG with visual novel aspects, so, woohoo! I came up with a good idea. There's something that's already out there that is very popular. I completely lost my train of thought. So the boss fights of the JRPG, like I mentioned the Minotaur, and I didn't talk about the Minotaur a lot. You guys don't need to worry about the Minotaur. The Minotaur is like the first boss. He's the first real boss that you fight. And the Witch, and I mentioned Eon. Mine sounds cooler. That's because it's furries! Aren't all indie games inspired by mainstream games? Yeah, something like that. So you fight all these bosses, and at the end of each boss, you find a notebook. You fight Sebastian's parents as a boss fight. There are no original ideas, exactly. Mainstream or otherwise, yeah, straight up. You fight all these bosses. At the end of each boss fight, you get a notebook. Give me a Vixie fursuit while I play it. Oh my god, that'd be so fun. I should make a Vixie fursuit. That'd be cute. I can make fursuits! Stop, like for real, stop! I don't need to make more fursuits! Like, oh my god, stop! Furries make everything better. That's why Disney's Robin Hood is the best. I'm so glad I have just, like, so many pro-furries in my chats. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, so you fight these bosses, and you get a notebook, and the notebook is like your checkpoint where you figure out what route you're on, right? So, like, in one of the routes, Vixie has to focus on grades instead of her story. And in return, the RPG section becomes very bare bones and half finished. And the last boss is like a big blank, and you couldn't figure out what to put there. And Eon's fight is very bare bones and unsatisfying. There's no ending, because Vixie has to focus on her grades. She can't work on her story. And in the last notebook that you get, it's just a bunch of like placeholder notes of Vixie being like, yeah, I don't know, I think that these characters should get together, I don't know, but maybe it would be really cool if this happened, and I gotta study for my math test. So that's like one of the routes that can happen as you navigate the visual novel section. One of the other routes that can happen is Vixie makes a new friend, and that friend is not Valentine. That friend is named Valerie. And Valerie is another teenage girl who's also like Vixie, and is very, like, outgoing, and she and Vixie, become friends, and, Valentine puts a character in Vixie's story because of their friendship. And then what happens is Vixie and Valerie have a falling out, and Valentine gets brutally killed off from the story because Vixie was mad at Valerie. Which, like, isn't that just the most teenage girl stuff ever? And, you know, I have another character. I mentioned, like, a dashing, debonair, like, roguish guy. The rogue guy comes in when there's during one of the routes, Vixie has a crush. And she's a crush on one of the boys in her class, and that crush is put into the story, and the story becomes like, the RPG section becomes all like romantic, and everyone's trying to get together, and everyone's smooching, and the new character that's introduced is the crush's character. It's like a persona for the crush, and he's this dashing, debonair rogue who steals Neo's heart and then breaks her heart because, Valerie, you took the cute boy from me, kind of thing. It's very funny. There's another one where, there's another one that's really dark, that's like that's the bad route, right? Where Vixie is getting bullied, and she's getting bullied by another person in her class for being a little bit of a weirdo, and the story becomes much more bleak and much more dark and edgy and angry and like pessimistic, right? Because it used to be like a fun fantasy adventure romp of this incredible journey, and then it becomes like this dark and edgy and intense, and yeah, like this is the dark route. And it ends with with a character based on the bully as like one of the final bosses, and that character ends up getting like brutally murdered because like that's what Vixie kind of wishes would happen, right? Yeah, it ends with everyone dying. Yeah. And there's a true ending you can get, where the true ending you can get is you navigate all the social situations in a healthy way without like going one route or the other. You go the kind of the neutral route is like the true ending. And everything kind of gets shuffled up, in this true ending. And that's like the true story. And I'm still working on the true ending. You can tell I'm a little bit more scatterbrained about it. But that's kind of the idea there so far. And yeah, if I'm being honest, I think that's everything about, StarSwallower that I have so far. Would be a 2D or 3 game, or like bit of both storylines that have 2D models. I think it would be made in RPG Maker, just because, guys, I'm gonna have to be so real with you. I'm not a game dev. I don't know if I'm ever actually gonna be able to make this game, but it's really, really fun to think about, and it's really fun to make art for, and it's really fun to like design and kind of get the ball rolling on. But I don't know if it's ever actually going to exist. I'd have to do a lot, and I mean a lot of work, to make this game happen. And I don't know if it's ever actually going to happen. I just think it'd be fun. It would be a fun what if. Yeah, it's cool to think about and it's cool to talk about. That's the important thing. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm glad you guys think it sounds cool. I would help. I want to be a game designer. I'm still taking coding classes. I'm still at the beginning stage. I mean, if I ever do need help, I might reach out to chat, but I don't know if it's ever actually going to happen, is the thing. I just genuinely don't know. But, yo, it would be cool. It sure would be cool. But yeah, that's kind of the, if you do make it and it becomes popular, would you make merch? I guess. I guess. I mean, it would have to become popular first. It would have to be good first. It would have to be made first. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Yeah, I don't know. There's people I know who would want a Marin body pillar. Yeah, Marin's pretty cute. And, like, also, all these designs are, like, so marketable. They're such marketable plushies. I can see people wanting a plushie of Marin. People being me. Yeah, Marin's pretty cute. I need to do some second passes on some people's outfits, because I'm not super satisfied with Marin's outfit, for example. It's a little boring. I still haven't figured out Neo's outfit. Sebastian, I think, needs a second pass. I did a second pass on Sebastian's outfit to make him look a little bit more like a crazy vampire, as you can see. See, I gave him, like, these cool shoulder spikes, and, you know, just, like, stuff. Just to make him look a little bit more JRPG-like. Give him, like, a tailcoat. Oh no, Naked Sebastian! Whatever will we do? Ooh, I like that fancier outfit a lot. Yeah, I like it too! Yuki, as punishment, I'm going to mass produce you! Yeah. I think I've nailed, like, Emmeline's outfit. I'm really happy with Skylar's outfit. I think they're both really cute. But, like, Marin, I want Marin to have another pass. Like, I think it would be cute if Marin had, like, a little more asymmetry to his design. Like, very specifically, I don't know if I have the pens that I like to use on this. Oh, I do. Good, good, good. Like, I'd want it to be a little more asymmetric. Because he's kind of already got, like, this like, wrap skirt thing going. You know, just, like, stuff like that, just to make it look a little more interesting. A little more visual interest. Don't ask me why, but I just imagined Michael Kovac coming out of Marin. Yeah, I guess I could see him being voiced by Michael Kovac, definitely. But yeah. I'm pretty happy with Tallulah, I'm pretty happy with Victor, I'm pretty happy with Emmeline and Skylar, I'm really happy with Valentine, but also, how much do I want to shame myself here? Do you guys want to see something kind of embarrassing? No, I'm not gonna shame myself. I'm not gonna shame myself this broadly. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. What's shame? Never heard of it. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get canceled here today. Show me the embarrassment. No, I'm not gonna do it. Will you tell me off stream? No! Because it actually is, like, genuinely kind of embarrassing. Is this it? Okay. Okay, so the embarrassing thing is I'm not I like this outfit for Valentine here, but the embarrassing thing is if you look, so I found these random images of like snow leopard, of like leopard girls, leopard furries, just for like color palette inspiration and like general vibe inspiration. And as you can see, this outfit right here is really similar to what I ended up going with for Valentine. So I think I need to do another pass on Valentine's outfits to make her a little bit more original. Just because, like, I drew this as a placeholder, and I was like, ooh, no, I really like it. So I think I want to give her a little bit more of a high fantasy vibe, a little high fantasy Victorian vibe, because that's kind of the vibe I'm trying to go with for everyone else. Like, vaguely high fantasy, vaguely Victorian. But, like, obviously, Marin is very clearly inspired by, like, Greco-Roman vibes, because my idea for him was, like, you know how those tall trees in, like, the bayou and the swamp? They look like big, tall, endless columns. They kind of reminded me of Grecian columns, and so I was like, what if we combined bayou with, like, Grecian architecture, to get kind of that weird hodgepodge of aesthetics. And so that's kind of where Marin came in. I do really like the pink and cyan. Yeah, she came out really cute. I don't know, I just feel like I need to do another pass on it. Because, like, here she is without clothes. I can definitely make... I could definitely make a better outfit for Valentine, I think. And maybe something that would, like... Because she's got a little bit of a heart motif going on, too. Like, she's got a little heart on her forehead. She's got little hearts on her shoulders. All of her spots are hearts. She looks really good, I think. And this looks original enough. It's just the outfit is... That's not it. The outfit is pretty wholesale lifted directly from another person's persona, and that's not really fair. I can do better. Oh yeah, strip it down. It's not like there's any bits! It's not like there's any bits and parts limited! But yeah, it's just one of those things that I think about. Here, just to have something to do. She doesn't have any parts. It's the thought that counts. I'll count your thoughts if you don't watch it. Hello? Is it gonna go through? Where's the alert? Where's the alert? Oh no, do I not have Cloudbot turned off? Man, getting her to have a harder button, you can't stop me. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Valentine can have a heart on her butt. My air horn! Yeah, I don't think Cloudbot's in here today. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, it's not in here today. Activate Cloudbot? Okay. Cloudbot, are you here? Rip Cloudbot, you shall be missed. Cloudbot, you better get your butt in here. There we go. Okay, now try and redeem it. Wow, looks like they updated a lot of stuff. Cloudbot went to get milk, basically. There it is. Yeah. Okay, this is just turning into an art stream now. Because I want to work on this outfit. Thank you for the save. Okay, saved. Thank you. Hey. Hey, guess what I did? Hey, guess what I did? Merge the layer, Kronk! Wrong layer! I was drawing the wrong layer. It's fine, I can draw on the wrong layer all I want. Ah! It's fine, I'm glad I didn't get very far. Here, you know what I'm gonna do actually? Okay, so now we have the line art of Sebastian here, and I can just do my line art directly onto it, and I can merge it down. And then we'll end up with line art. See, I know what I'm doing. But yeah. I've actually been doing almost all my drawing for this on my laptop, so I haven't gotten a chance to draw on my desktop in a while. My tracking! Yuki, you're tracking! Oh no! Did it totally bunk up when I look down? Yeah, when I look down, it donks up, doesn't it? Yeah, it does that when I look down, because I'm looking down at the pad, the drawing pad, instead of looking up at where my webcam is. It's fine. My tracking can go bunk a little bit. Nah, I think just having one little, like, shoulder pad there. The shoulder pads was a good idea, right? Like, I'm not stupid for that. Like, they look cool, they don't look dumb. You were not stupid, they do look cool. Good. Makes them hotter? Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys think so. I'm trying to, like, I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm trying to go for, like, vaguely Victorian, vaguely high fantasy with this. I've been looking a lot at the character designs of characters from Konosuba while I've been designing for this, and it's been hard to strike that balance between like, high fantasy and like slightly anime, and you know, it doesn't need to make sense, it just needs to look cool. You know what I mean? I'm starting my workout right now. Nice. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, baby. I kind of just want to draw now. I might end stream so that I can just go draw and work on this, and then I'll have more to talk about, because I want to do a part 2 of talking about my OCs, where I come back and I like show off more of these characters and I talk more about it. But I need to be able to do that, and also I have some adult stuff I need to do. Like, I need to do laundry, for example, really bad. So I might end stream here, and we'll do gaming and stuff tomorrow, and do a more traditional stream next week. But I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about my OCs and watching me get distracted drawing my OCs. Let me turn everyone back on so we can say goodbye properly. Laura and Hotties, I'm glad you guys think they're cool. I'll drop all of the art in Koyuki Club, and we'll do a movie night sometime soon, and we'll do stuff like that, and it'll be fun. Yeah. Alright, guys. Thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out with me. I really appreciate everyone taking time out of their day to come spend time with me. For the rest of the weekend, we'll do some Tears of the Kingdom, and then we'll also play Cult of the Lamb, maybe? Cult of the Lamb tomorrow, Tears of the Kingdom on Sunday, or Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow, Cult of the Lamb on Sunday. I don't know, I haven't figured it out. I couldn't figure out an outfit, but I sent a messy sketch in Discord. Ooh, yeah, let me see. Oh! I love this. This looks so good. Hold on, I'm gonna show this off. Look at how cute this is. Heave, my beloved. She'd have a mix of, like, everyone's outfits and a bag reminding her of what power she's consumed. Yeah! I love that! I love that idea! That's good! Oh, she looks so cute! The bag idea, and I can also see how, like, yeah! You're cooking here, Heave! That's really good. Yeah, and I'll drop everyone's reference images too in Koyuki Club if anyone wants to draw fan art or something. But yeah. Okay. This is so good. Thank you so much for doodling this. I love it. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Where's the button? Where's the button into streaming? Oh, I'm just waiting for the flood of fan art. I'm not ready. Oh god, I'm not ready.